The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
From way up at the 23.
And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Wilson going to come out throwing. He'll get that complete to Alberto.
They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
That's complete. It's Okurobu now.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Now it's Wilson.
And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game, a costly one as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert eluding the pressure right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Third and long. It's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
They snap it to Herbert. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Tackled back at the 46-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all. And that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flag. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert Okwuegbunam. His 5th touchdown now on the year. as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Broncos 10, Chargers 0. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Herbert throwing again. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Mecole Hardman, 30 yards.
And the Chargers are back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Broncos 10, Chargers 7.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From way up at the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 17. Chargers 7. Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert.
Open man, Parham. He's got him.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Herbert operating from the red zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers have got it back to within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From way up at the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Hardman on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Looking to throw. Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays high.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That'll knock that one away.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. To throw again is Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 14. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the...
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A.
In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let him crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From way up at the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a two-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Nicole Hardman. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Chargers have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Wilson gets rid of it quickly. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. From just shy of midfield, Wilson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown! Nicole Hardman. 45 yards.
And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From way up at the 23.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd and inches, Wilson. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Forced it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. And this poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson.
Got a man. It's Judy complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Second down and goal. Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Alberto from 8 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 64 yards.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From way up at the 23.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, Wilson out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And some space here. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He wanted to find his receiver there, but a little too much air on the throw for them to connect in the end zone.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be second down. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
This will be caught. Judy.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
After the turnover, here's Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Back to the air. Herbert on second down. And that one complete downfield to Allen. Touchdown, Allen! Keenan Allen, 39 yards.
Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Say something about this goddamn blitz you see me playing against you, hoe ass nigga. Fuck me, hoe.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now he's going to swing, but I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but Very little reason to use him at this point. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chargers, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shut out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I ain't mending them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on